Colon cancer, which is also called the bowel cancer, is the cancer of the large intestine, which is final part of our digestive tract. Bowel cancer is the fourth commonest cancer in the UK and second biggest cancer killer, and over 42,000 people are diagnosed every year, and just under 270,000 people are living in the UK with bowel cancer. At an early stage, it may not have any symptoms. However, at an advanced stage, the symptoms can include abdominal pain, blood in stools, change in the bowel habits, constant fatigue, and weight loss. There are certain things which you can do to reduce the risk of cancer, and this is what we will be discussing in this video today. My name is Dr. Zulqarnain Ahmed. I'm a GP in Bolton, and I make videos about health and self-growth. Welcome to the channel. So the first thing which you can do to reduce the risk of bowel cancer is to change your diet. And a diet rich in fruit, vegetable, and whole grain can reduce your risk of cancer. In addition to that, increase the amount of fiber in your diet. Furthermore, reduce the amount of animal protein and meat, and more specifically processed meat. There's good scientific evidence that processed meat is a big risk factor for colon cancer. And there are various theories which we won't go into the detail here today, but perhaps some other time. So the next thing which you can do to reduce your risk of bowel cancer is by increasing your physical activity. Physical inactivity is another risk factor, not just for bowel cancer, but so many other diseases as well. And a brisk walk can be easily incorporated into everyday life for many people. Start with maybe 5 to 10 minutes of daily walk and aim for at least 20 to 30 minutes of walk 5 times a week, and that would be sufficient. Make sure you get your heart rate up and your body feels warm. One of my personal tips would be that build physical activity into everyday life. For example, at work, stand up at your desk, walk to meetings, and use stairs instead of lift, and consider walking or cycling instead of driving. And for leisure activities, you could consider yoga, Pilates, or swimming. The next best thing which you can do to reduce your risk of bowel cancer is cut down on smoking. Did you know that smokers are more likely to die from bowel cancer and other chronic diseases? The risk is doubled if you smoke 1 pack of cigarette per day for 30 years. So if you're serious about reducing your risk, you have to cut down on smoking. Come on guys, this is 2021. Stop smoking. It doesn't do any good at all. It doesn't do any good to you or your pocket. So stop it. Have a set day to stop and get some help. And there's plenty of help available, and there's good evidence that if you try and quit smoking with the right help, you're more likely to give up. The next best thing which you can do to reduce your risk is by losing weight. Obesity, we know, is another risk factor for bowel cancer. And not just bowel cancer, so many other diseases as well. Obesity increases risk both in men and women, but men are particularly more susceptible. And if you are able to reduce your weight, that can significantly reduce your risk. And if you want to know more about how to reduce your weight, click on this video here where I talk more about how to reduce weight in a bit more in detail. The next thing which you can do is to reduce your alcohol intake. Heavy alcohol use is linked to colorectal cancer because alcohol causes inflammation in the liver as well as the bowel, and reducing the alcohol intake up to or below the recommended level can help in reducing the risk of this cancer. Those are the certain lifestyle factors which you can do to reduce your risk of cancer. However, there is one more thing which we haven't mentioned, and that is bowel cancer screening. If you're living in England and you between the age of 60 and 74 and you're registered with a GP, you'll get your bowel screening kit every 2 years. Make sure you do that screening because that's probably one of the most effective ways of picking up the silent cancer. And as we said earlier, if the cancer is picked up early, then there's a good treatment for it. So make sure you get your screening done. If there's any problem, if you're not quite sure, make sure you go and speak to your GP. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.